So I have kept both the processes ready. So you can see here both the solutions are open here. I've also opened the input file which has the vendor details, the contractor name, email IDs and stuff. Two important columns to consider is the vendor's bank account registered. So I have created a scenario where two of the employees or the vendors have an account already registered, and for one user we have already processed the salary, so I have marked that salary processed column as yes here. So, and for the other two I have marked it as no. So this would demonstrate all the possible scenarios that can happen. So for Cedric, since we have already processed, so our bot will not pick this file. For Casper, since the account is registered, so the first bot will process it. For Andy, since the bank account is not registered, so what it does is it will shoot a mail to Andy saying that hey, please contact HR and ask them to update the bank account, and then come back here and update the bank account registered column as yes. So how Andy, so once Andy receives the mail saying that a failure in processing, so Andy responds back to that email with a text saying as yes. So in the email body will contain a text called as yes. So next time the second bot picks that, and it will process, it will read the email, unread email, any unread email with that subject line, obviously with the text with the body content containing yes. So that constitutes both the processes demonstration. So for Andy, once he receives an email from as we discussed, so what Andy does is he'll contact the HR department offline, and he marks this column as yes, and then shoots a mail saying with the word yes in the mail body. So I just wanted to clarify that point. Okay, I just want to give details on the folder structure. So as you can see, we have project files, and inside that we have an Excel document which you guys have seen. This is the input file, the raw data, the Excel file that you are seeing, and we have contractor docs. So basically these are the master data, like Andy's basically his address and other details you can see here, right, like full name, last name, address, boss name. So this is typically master data. So as you can see, the file name is Andy. So the way the bot works is it will read all the files present here and identifies which is Andy's file by checking the email ID. So as you can see, the email is andyr4063@gmail.com. So if you see the Excel document, the workbook that I was showing you, so that also will have the same email address. So that is how the mapping happens. So this is not just based on the first name. So it actually, the bot will actually go through each of these files and identify which is Andy's file. So that is something really nice feature. So now as we the templates is something each company can have a different set of templates for their salary, for the invoice or salary kind of generation. So as of now, we have created three companies which are nothing but you can see here Glencore, Nestle and Roche. Each can have a different template. So, and we have a default template. Let's say if we don't find any company here which is not there in this list, default Glen, it will pick this default file. So I'll just show you how we have done here for a Glencore company. So it's basically the logo and all the address, and so each company has their own, it can have a different template. So this is the final the salary slip generated, where we'll calculate the net pay based on the raw data file that was present here. So you can see here he has worked for 200 or like 40 hours, and what is his hourly rates, so 11. So this is calculated and it is put it in this Word document as well. Alright, we are set to start the processes. So let's just to recap. So as you can see here, the files, the data is in this way, where Cedric's files is already processed, and Andy we cannot process right now because his bank account is not registered. So let me mark it as no here. And for Casper, everything is good, so we should be processing it. So let me clear off whatever we have already processed data. So clear it off and save this file, and we would have to close all the files because our bot will be picking these files. So if the file is already open, so you can't open the same file. So let me close this, and so let me run the file. So I've started the bot now. This is one way to start the bot. There is another way as well. We can open it from the system tray as well. So everything is logged here in the output file. You can actually, in the output log here, you can see that same is written on the log output notepad files as well. So validation is happening, and now the bot has kicked in. So I'm not touching the cursor or anything. Everything is done by the bot now. So if you let me go to the output section here to see what's happening. So you can see here we have started, and there is no bank account registered. So that's a business exception. So it will skip that file, and now Casper's file has been started. I mean, you can see here Casper's file has been picked up now. So you can see this is he works for Nestle, and this is the template for his salary, and everything has been so you can see here the data is getting filled, floor manager, contractor name, his salary, and everything gets populated here. So it will take a couple of seconds for this to be updated, and it will close this file. Behind the scene you can see what, so everything is getting logged here. So we are writing to this file. The writing has finished now. Now what we are doing is we are this is the form where where you would have to register whatever we have processed. So this is a web form basically. Here also we kind of fill the vendor's name, company, other details here. So you can see bot is typing here pretty fast. So it picked the hourly pay and the hours work here, and it calculates the net pay. And here you can see Casper's file is already generated, so it's going and uploading the same Casper's file that we recently opened, right? So in a while you will see that file getting uploaded here. Okay, so this has finished now. So now process has finished due to no more transactions. So let's check the emails what we have received. So before going to the email, let's see the output folder. So we have an output folder here which is outside that. Cedric's already we had processed. So Casper's PDF is the one which it was a Word document. Our bot converted that to a PDF. So that is also demonstrated here. The hours is calculated, and this is coming from the Casper's data. And yeah, so this is the output file. And next step would be for me to check my email box, right? Like let me see from this is the RPA bot's email ID. So this is the one which sends the email. So which is basically our bot's email ID. Let's see what has happened in the sent items. So we have sent a couple of emails for this. So if you see, so this is 10:37 and 10:39 a.m. So this is 10. I mean right now it's 10:40 a.m. right? So for Andy we have said that we have tried processing your payment, but unfortunately we could not find a registered bank account with us because the column is marked as no, right? So please contact HR department immediately. Once HR updates in the system, please respond back to this email with yes for further processing. So this is an email sent to Andy's account. And to Casper's account, we have sent a successful payment communication. We have successfully processed your, and the same attachment is there in the body as well. So the PDF that we generated. Now what Andy does is, if you see Andy's inbox, let me refresh this inbox, his inbox. You can see that he has received a mail saying that failure in payment processing. So what Andy does is he'll respond back to this with, so Andy contacts the HR department now, and let's go to that Excel, the project file, the raw data. So he talks to the HR department, and he asks them to update the bank account in their respective, and he'll come here, or this could be done by the HR as well. So this is just a scenario that we created. So he marks it as yes, and he saves it, and then we'll close this. So what Andy does is, for the same email, he'll respond back with the body saying that he'll just respond with yes, and he'll send this email. So now let's see. Obviously he would. So this is the second. For this, we are setting up the data for the second bot, which is that bot will monitor the email, and it will process only the ones which are present, which are marked as unread. So let me refresh if I already got the email from Andy. Yes, so that is done. So our bot received a mail saying as yes, failure in processing. It's 10:42 a.m. So this completes the first bot steps. So yeah. All right. So we are set for the second bot. So this second bot, you can see here I had opened two files. So this is the first file that we show, and this is the second the bot. So second bot's main intention is for continuously monitor the emails of the bot's Gmail account, and then it's see if there is any email for it to process, and based on that it will process. So now, as you can see here, we had set up the data where Andy has responded with yes. So let's get on with it now. So I'm starting the process right now. So it will validate, it will check for the validation errors and stuff. Because I'm doing it from the ID, it takes validation every time. But in the real world, that step is eliminated because we are directly running a deployed bot. Okay, so now let's see what's happening. So if you see here, there's only one email which is unread, and with the subject called as yes. Right, so with the same, a failure in payment processing, and mail body contains yes. So technically our bot will pick only this file. We have a lot of red emails, so it won't bother that. Also we are focusing only on the subjects with failure in payment processing. So okay, so it has picked already. So the next steps are pretty similar. You guys have already seen it. So it does the same job as what we were doing earlier. So yeah. You can see Andy's data is getting populated, and we are doing the same set of operations. Similarly, the second bot, same audit is getting logged here. Now PDF, the Word document was converted to PDF, and now we have opened the web form here to log whatever we have done. It's like it could be another system where they enter the records saying that we have processed the salary in our system, and they're entering it over here. So yeah, bot is typing pretty fast. Okay. So you can see that the new file has come up here in the folder, so it will pick that file, and right now we have disabled the submit button, but yeah, actually after this, if there's a submit button, it will get clicked and the file gets saved. Okay, so now we are done with this. So technically what we have done is we have kept a loop here just to monitor the email continuously for 5 minutes, but it can be even a single, you can just say that execute only once, so we can configure it that way as well. So let me stop that and let's go to the output files. So yeah, so you can see Andy's data is processed here, and let's see if Andy has received a new email. Sent items. Yeah, this is sent items from RPA about 0 minutes ago. You have successfully, and the same attachment has come up here. Yeah, so Andy has received obviously the same email. Yeah, so this completes the functional part of it. We have other logs also, so whatever output I was showing, right? So the same things are getting logged in this file. So if you see date modified, each action is getting logged here, so we can trace what the bot is doing each at important steps here. So this is the latest file. You can see here the whole log is getting logged here. So the user bank account has not been registered with the company, and all the good stuff is here. So this can be configurable. We can modify that as well. Right, I think this constitutes the demo. Thank you.